All right. Hey, everybody. Just wanted to kind of touch base and go over some actual meal planning tips. And something that kind of made me think about this is, we always talk about doing meal plans and prepping throughout the week, but it's easier said than done to carve out that time. And actually, last week, my business coach, he had this idea of, you get emails from us every day, and that takes quite a bit of time in the mornings to write it. So what he did was he had this little workshop where he just helped us write, he kind of helped us with topics and wrote, helped us write out these emails in about an hour and a half block. So he got a group together, and we all just kind of set up our emails and pushed it out. And within an hour and a half, I had probably what normally takes me 5 or 6 hours a week to do. I had it done just because I sat down for an hour and a half of really focused time and got it knocked out. And one of the biggest reasons why that worked is because he was there and he kind of helped a group of us do it all at once. So it got done. And I can't tell you how much of a load off that was this week, having all that stuff done. So I was thinking that would be a great idea to kind of implement with meal planning. So I wanted to see if this would be something that people would want to do, maybe carve out some time on a Thursday or Friday afternoon, and then kind of do this all together on a Zoom call. And if you couldn't make it on the Zoom call, I can post the video on the inner circle, and we can kind of go through it as you can go through it with me in a recorded video. So right now it's just going to be me, and I'm going to kind of go through how we set up our meal plans throughout the week, and I'll give you a little bit of time to work on it. This will probably be maybe a 15-20 minute video at the most. And a lot of it is sometimes that I'll probably shorten that up, but what I'll say is, right now push pause and do this little kind of not lesson, but do these little things. And then when you're ready, push on pause and we'll go from there. But this is just a test today, just to see how it works. And I'd really like your feedback and kind of let me know if the information was helpful. And it's not going to be the information that's going to be helpful per se. It's going to be more about you sitting down and making the time to do the meal plan before the week comes up, because you got to plan before you prepare, and you got to prepare before you do the things that you need to do throughout the week. And having a plan beforehand helps so much. So if you can, first off, if you can mark about 30-45 minutes, maybe an hour at first, I'd probably start with an hour on a Thursday or Friday, maybe even a Saturday morning, to sit down, just focus totally on planning your meals for the next week. And then, once you get better at this, and hopefully it kind of becomes second nature after a while, but once you get better at it, you can spend a little bit less time, but just make sure that you set aside some time just for this. So we'll get right into this. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to see this in the file section. I'm also going to email it to you, but it's just a meal planning template. So if you can see, it has all the days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, blah, blah, blah. And then it has the different meals. So you got whatever you have when you wake up: breakfast, snack, lunch, and dinner. So this is the template. What I would do is I would get one of these and print both sides and then laminate it. So if you go ahead and have that, you can write these things down with a dry erase marker. You get a real fine one at Office Max, but you can write everything in here. You can put it on your refrigerator, and then you can have 1 week done, and then when you're planning the next week, you can do it on the back, and then when it's time to do the next week, you can just dry erase it and kind of rock and roll from there. But what we're going to do is, as we go through this, you'll see that there's some this is a new recipe guide for our new 6-week challenge. You don't have to use these, but you'll have other meal plans that we've sent tons in the past. So what you'll do is, if there was some that you liked, kind of gather those things up. If you want to print them or if you want to have them on a computer, you can, but just have those things handy so we can kind of rock and roll from there. So the first step, you got your trusty meal template guide. I'm not going to write this down, but I'm going to kind of show you what you're going to do. The first thing you need to do is you need to go into your calendar and you need to see if you have any, specific appointments, or maybe you're going out to eat with some friends for the week, or any other thing that you might have. You might go to lunch with some friends, go to dinner with some friends, just anything, date night, whatever. But you'll put those in the blocks for where you're going to be. So, excuse me, let's say on Friday night, maybe you're going out on a date. You're going to, mark that off. And if you want to make it a cheat meal, you can, and you can have whatever you like. But if it's not a cheat meal, what you need to do is you need to figure out where you're going, and you need to plan ahead for, having a healthy option when you go to this restaurant. You don't want to go to the restaurant and just kind of be lost. You need to have a plan going into the restaurant about what you're going to eat, so you can just order it and get on with your day. So you're going to put those in. Hopefully, honestly, it's really hard to get really good results if you're eating out more than twice a week, unless you're really, really, really strict on what you eat when you're at a restaurant. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to put those little blocks in and block those times out. So go ahead and push pause if you're following me on the video, and we'll come back in a little bit. Let me get some water while you're pausing. All right, so you're back now. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to plan your cheat meal. So you get one cheat meal a week. So it can be any day you want. So if there's going to be, if one of those times that you're going out to a restaurant is when you want to have whatever you'd like, put that down and kind of describe where you're going to be. So if you're going to, maybe you're going to have some Mexican food, that could be your cheat meal. You can have whatever you'd like, just don't go crazy. So that's the next thing you're going to do. That shouldn't take long, so I'm not going to have you pause, but that's going to be the next thing that you put in. So as of now, you've got any kind of appointments, dates, anything that you have that of going into the week. You've already marked those down for the day. So let's say if it's Friday night, we're going to go Friday at dinner. We're going to go like the bingo card and put that down for either, I'm going to, let's say, Lupe tortillas, but I'm going to eat well. You can just put that in there. Or if it's going to be your cheat meal, you can put that there. And it can be in any one of these squares. Just know that if you mark that down, that's kind of what your plan is. So you got your days eating out. You got your cheat meal. The next thing you're going to do is I like to start with dinners, because my breakfasts are all the same. I have the same thing every morning. I don't need a lot of variety. Most people don't, but we'll kind of work our way back from there. So what we're going to do is I'll just scroll through, and you can do this. You can go to a recipe website. You can dig through any of the old recipes that we had. Maybe there's some that you really liked. You could have breakfast, you could have breakfast for dinner if you'd like, and you can put this in wherever you want. But what I want you to do is find 4, maybe 5 dinners that you really want. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to put them, sorry, it's just slow. You're going to put them in the appropriate box. So as I roll through this, it's very slow. Wow. It's probably because I'm running Zoom and Facebook and a ton of other things right now. All right. So as we're rolling through this, it's kind of going through. So maybe, stop. All right. So maybe we're on the chicken and turkey stuff. And I see the meatballs. I don't know if you can see that scrolling through, but I want to have meatballs on Tuesday night. So go ahead and put the meatballs on Tuesday night, wherever that is, Tuesday night. Boom. And then I want pork and steak. I'm going to put that on Wednesday night. And then you go through and pick 5 different dinners that you want and put them down this row right here. When you're finished and you have those filled out, just come back. So push pause real quick for me, and then go ahead and fill all that column out with all the dinners that you want. You can have leftovers if you like. I usually have leftovers for lunch the next day, which we're about to talk about. But all you need to do is you need to make sure each one of those has a meal plugged into the dinner. So push pause real quick and do that for me. All right, so you're back now. So you've got all the column for the dinners filled out. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to lunch. So one of the simple things we do, and you'll see this in the meal plan for this 6-week challenge or any of the other ones we have, many times we do the dinner from the night before and just plug those into the lunch for the day after. If that's not something that you want, if you're not big on leftovers, or if you're making these for an entire family and you don't have leftovers, what you can do is you can go to the salads or the wraps. And then what you're going to do is just find 4 or 5 of those that you want. You can do this again. You can go to any healthy recipe page that you want, or you can use any of the old meal plans that we have, and then go ahead and fill out your lunches for the day. So in a second, you're going to pause, but when you come back, I want all these filled out. All right, go do it. Thanks. Okay, so you're back. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go and find some snacks. So salad and wrap recipes are good for snacks. These are the breakfasts. I'm going to go through. We'll hit breakfast in a second. But basically, you're going to do exactly what you did with dinner, exactly what you did with lunch, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to fill out a snack every day. And this is to get you from breakfast to lunch or from lunch to dinner. So you can do either way. It's kind of the way it looks like on here. It looks like it's taking you from breakfast to lunch, but you can also have a snack coming from lunch to dinner instead. So go ahead and pause this video and fill that out for me as this keeps scrolling. All right. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and fill out the breakfast. So, as soon as I say that, I finally scroll down to the snacks. So if you want to look at any of these snacks, this will give you a good idea of what the snacks are going to be. Easy stuff. I would prepare these ahead of time, probably have them in a bag if they don't need to be refrigerated. Just have them all in serving size bags and split them out throughout the day. That's more of the meal prep part. This is the meal plan that we're working on today. But just make sure all these are snacks. So don't leave your snacks up to chance. This is one of the biggest things that people make mistakes with. If they don't plan their snacks and they don't have something on hand, it can go off the rails really quick. And you can really do a lot of kind of reverse a lot of the progress that you've made throughout the days and weeks with really bad snacks. And you know that. But these are healthy snacks that are going to be planned throughout the day that will help you not snack on the unhealthy stuff. So make sure that this is one of the most important things. So make sure those snacks are all filled up. I'm going to say pause again, just in case you need to finish this up. And then we're back. So the last thing you're going to do is we're going to go through the breakfasts. So I have the same thing every morning. I don't need to plan this out personally, but a lot of people do. And breakfast could mean a meal at 6 in the morning. It could mean a meal at, if you're doing, I'm not going to say intermittent fasting is the way to go, but it does work if you can stick to it. So breakfast might be at 11. Breakfast might be at 1. I wouldn't do that, but breakfast is just going to be the first meal of the day. It could be a breakfast food if you want, or it can be anything else. But the next thing you're going to do is you're going to fill out this entire column and come back to me in a second. Go ahead and push pause and get that done. All right, the last thing we have, and let me try to see if I can get to this faster. So if you're just getting started and we're working on detoxing after the holidays or after, after the weekends and things like that, we're going to start with, and so these smoothies will probably go where breakfast is, by the way. Morning mojo, that's the next thing you're going to do. So just make sure that that's going to be, you're going to wake up and you're going to take that. If you're on the 𝗬𝗂𝗶𝗰𝗸𝗦 cleanse, you're going to have your fiber drink and your spark in the morning. And that's going to take place of the morning mojo. And it's just a good way to start the day and get everything jump started and ready to rock and roll. And as of now, I think we're about 15 minutes into this, just talking. So, once you kind of watch this video and push pause and fill out all these, all these little blocks, basically try to make bingo. Just think of it as a bingo card. You need to have everything filled out and planned out in advance for the week. It's probably going to take you maybe 45 minutes to do at first while you're digging through recipes and digging through kind of your schedule and figuring out where those pieces fit. But do that for me. And I think this will really help. And if you like this video, I know it was kind of hodgepodge and real quick, but the whole point of this is to set aside time and kind of get this done. It's kind of like doing a budget. It's like doing a weekly and monthly budget. But if you don't have anything planned out and you're just kind of running, with your hair on fire. I know things are busy, but things will definitely not be easy for you when you don't plan. So just take out some time, carve 45 minutes a week out just to plan the week. That'll make the prepping for the week so much easier. You can prep the snacks and a couple of dinners ahead of time during the week. Maybe you can do the lunches throughout the week, and then maybe you're cooking each night. But if you don't have something and you're running through a drive-through, hopefully not, or going to a lunch that's really, really heavy because you don't have any food, that's not going to get you to where your goals are. That's not going to help you out. And this is going to make you feel a lot better and give you energy and all that stuff and help you reach your goals. But I'm going to post this to the Facebook group. Let me know what you think about it. I know the quality is not great, but I think it's really good information if you just sit down and do it. And if you do like it, maybe we can carve out a time where we can just all get together and sit down through a Zoom call each week, and then we can just knock this thing out so we know exactly what we're going to have over the week. But go print this, double-sided, maybe go to Office Max and laminate it so you can write with the dry erase marker, and you only need one copy of it, and just erase it as you needed. Put it on the refrigerator, get it done, and stick to the plan that you make. And y'all have a great day.